So I'm pretty late. Yes, I am back at Big Dipper here in Oslo. Easily my favorite record store. You might say it's not hard for a place to be your favorite record store in Oslo when there is only one record store in Oslo. Well, to be fair, there are plot company as well, but they're not, I guess, not treated as an independent record store. It used to be a chain with more than 20 stores around Norway. They now only have one physical store, because of modern times, I guess. So Big Dipper is the one where we get Record Store Day records now. There used to be a different store not far away, but unfortunately that store did not survive 2020. Juleplater, that's Norwegian for Christmas records. So yeah, I'm just looking around a little bit while sort of the crowd around the bins, the Record Store Day bins thins out, which is, dangerous. I might find something I really want. Over at the table here now, just briefly, just looking at some electronica for the heck of it. There's a Moby. And the one that caught my eye, which I didn't buy, but I wanted, is the one you see there with a bullet, the recoil one. Yeah, Alan Wilder, my hero from the Depeche Mode days. The Aha one, it was of course a big seller. This is Norway after all. I could see they replaced them with more records while I was looking. There's a few interesting ones here and there that I would have liked to have picked up, but the prices, that's not Big Dipper's fault. The prices are rather steep, and this time I was more inclined to think about whether or not I would actually play these records. Here's some Back to the Future stuff. Love the artwork, but again, not really anything. This of course, Eric Burden and War, interesting record for sure. This is one that I really want, the Beat, but the price, it's $75. That's a bit steep, I think. And various stuff that I honestly don't know what it is. I see some people picking up the Devo. There's probably the big seller of the year, the Doors Live at Copenhagen, over $70. So not picking up that one unless it comes on a sale later on. Let's see what we have here. More Aha. Various versions of the original Take On Me, which was a big deal. 1985, I was 14 years old when the first band in Norwegian history made it to number one on the Billboard 100, or what they call it. I wonder if one of the previous versions of Take On Me from before was there. I forgot that I saw that Van Halen, but again, it was quite a lot. A lot of people talk about Ween. That's not a band that I really know that well. There were some picture discs here and there, but not much. Always interesting to look at some Rolling Stones for me, but yeah, again, not really something I want to spend my money on. Ramones. A lot of you guys are really into them. I have most of their stuff on CD, and I guess I'm content with that. And not many people this time around. But then again, I don't really feel that the Black Friday version of Record Store Day has quite the same impact here in Norway as it has elsewhere. Motley Crue. Randy Newman. Yeah, and this is the other one that I really wanted, but I had not expected it to cost as much as it did. Again, it was around the $75 mark, so I just thought that was just too much. Some more picture discs, and I don't think I saw anything apart from Aha, but I don't want to, I don't want to say that Aha, there's the INXS one that I almost picked up, but I wouldn't say that the Aha is a Norwegian release. It's more that it just happens to be a Norwegian band. Hey everyone, Morten here with yet another Record Store Day video. Yes, this time Black Friday and from Oslo, Norway. I got up this morning and I made my way over to Big Dipper, our participating record store, if you like. I did not get up in order to stand in line or anything. I arrived, I think, about 10 or 15 minutes after they opened, and there was a little bit of a line left, but we were I joined the last 4 or 5 people being allowed in there. So I did not have any real huge anticipation for Record Store Day Black Friday this year. I have mentioned that in a sort of a roundup video I did about a month and a half ago, where among other things I talked about this year's Record Store Black Friday, and that I was actually kind of relieved that there wasn't that much on the list for me. Reason for this is that I've had quite a few records arrive this fall, some heavy hitters, like the Rolling Stones Super Deluxe box set, Split Enz releasing, a 50th anniversary in a box set of their debut album, and lots of other things. And, I spent more than my share on records for Record Store in April. So when I went in there, I had one record that I really wanted by a band that I've wanted each time there's been a Record Store Day now for the past 3 or 4 Record Store Days, both the regular and the Black Friday, and that was Thievery Corporation. But neither time those Thievery Corporation records have arrived, whether it's been here in Oslo or if it's been in Aalborg when I've gone to the Record Store Day there at Lesehisten. So Big Dipper, as usual, very organized, very good, and they get a lot of stuff. Considering where we are, we're I guess that we're sort of at the far end of the trade routes, so to speak. But yeah, no, they hadn't even gotten it. So I hadn't. There was no need for me to be in line, as it turned out. So the good news, of course, is that the Thievery Corporation record that was released for Record Store Day in April later came out in a regular fashion, and from what I could tell, it cost about $20 less than it did when it came out for Record Store Day. So maybe, I'll be lucky this time as well. Here in Oslo, there's a fair amount of people who collect vinyl now, and looked like quite a few had made it in there. There were a steady stream of people coming out of there already when I arrived, and I saw some of them pulling out records that they had bought, and I think quite a few guys bought, the Talking Heads. Precursor, if you like, and a demo record that seemed to have been quite popular, and there were still quite a few left, I think, when I got there, but I didn't really have any interest in that. Aside from the Thievery Corporation, I had hoped maybe as a backup to those to buy 1 or maybe 2 records if the other one, if that Thievery Corporation wasn't there, because I have no clue what that Thievery Corporation record would have cost if it had arrived here in Oslo. I do believe that the previous one, when I saw it online elsewhere, although it was always sold out, that the price had been quite high. So, I had the Doors in mind. I have not gotten the last Doors because they're just too expensive, and I bought that one, was it Record Store Day back in Black Friday one in 23, where the sound just was so terrible. But the one, I wanted the Doors one kind of this time because it was from Copenhagen, and of course Copenhagen and Denmark is very dear to me. But it cost roughly $70, and I just don't think that's what's the word I'm looking for? Permissible. Otherwise, I was also thinking about the Tom Petty one. I would have loved to have that one, and I stood with it, looking at it, and again, $70. Just that's silly money. I did grab and walked around with it for a while, the In Excess live at Royal Albert Hall, but then I started thinking, isn't this just basically... And then I opened up on my Discogs, and looked at my copy of Listen Like Thieves, which I bought this spring, which was a deluxe set and was very nice. But I remember that I wasn't too happy about the fact that the extra discs were on CDs, while only the studio album was on vinyl as well. And that one of the extra discs was actually that concert. So I felt like, okay, so you didn't put that, because it was fairly expensive. So my thought was, okay, so you guys didn't make this a vinyl back then, and now you want us to pay. I think it cost 469 kroner. So that's about 45, 47 US dollars for a In Excess live at Royal Albert. And so I actually put it back. Was there anything else I could have been interested in? Well, I heard that it didn't cost much, so I was thinking maybe I should get the Bob Dylan one, but they didn't have it. I didn't see it there. So that was sort of not my problem then. And then there were one or two things that were, like I said, were interesting, but apart from the Theory Corporation, this record store day, there were no things that really grabbed me. So I was standing there for a second, and then thinking, I'm going to leave here without anything. And then I remembered I had seen one record left of something. I thought, I'll grab this one. Because, was it this spring, or was it last year now? I don't remember. I bought a record by a Riot Girl band that I had never had anything. You may have seen, some of you guys who followed me for a while, that I really love Slater Kinney. So I grabbed a Riot Girl record. And here it is. This is Bratmobile. So, I can do a shout out to my peeps, as it were, up in the PNW, the Pacific Northwest, the part of North America that I'm particularly fond of. Bratmobile, one of the the earliest Riot Girl bands, started around 1990, like so many of the others. Not from Portland, they are in Oregon. They are from Olympia in Washington. So while sort of the guys up there in Seattle were doing their grunge and their hard rock, and the girls for a little bit further south, they amalgamated sort of into a movement of punk bands, largely consisting of women band members, into this Riot Girl movement, and several of these bands are semi-legendary. Slater Kinney, I guess, sort of one of the more long-lived ones with a proper discography. Bikini Kill, were they also part of that movement? But Bratmobile, I think they only released a couple of studio albums. went dormant for a long time, and then maybe one more. So this is an EP and a peel session. So one side is the original EP, the real Janelle, and the B side, if you like, is the peel sessions. So the hype sticker says RSD Black Friday limited edition color vinyl, Bratmobile's 1994 EP, wields sharpened fangs and focus, offering fiercely personal and political takes on gender, identity, betrayal, and survival. Urgency meets polish in a celebration of unapologetic girlhood, and feminist punk. Includes for the first time on vinyl their blistering 1993 John Peel sessions, jagged hooks, chainsaw fuzz, and Riot Girl vitriol, flipping the script on who takes power and who gets punished. And we got song tracks. The tracks are side A, The Real Janelle, Brat Girl, Yeah, Huh, Die, and I Live in a Town Where the Boys Amputate Their Hearts. What a great title. And Where Eagles Dare. Side B, the peel sessions are There's No Other Way, / No You Don't, Bitch Theme, Make Me Miss America, and Panic with a K. Is that correct? Yeah. Anyway, now, also I thought I'll wear, even though it's Dunedin, Florida, I'll wear a, Canada-related cap, because I thought it was kind of funny. I don't think I have a lot of records made to be sold over here that says Made in Canada. And I'm showing it now because it seems to be on the plastic there. Yeah, so let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's try and be careful so I don't do what I've done a couple of times lately. Rip the hype sticker. Because I wanted to buy some plastic sleeves, and they'd run out. So I'm leaving this on for now. 369 kroner, so that would be $37. That's about the cheapest, more or less the cheapest one I found that wasn't like a single or some other thing. They did have the Prince Around the World in 80 Days, wasn't it? Single box, but $150. No, not happening. So let's get, there we go. Oh, great, cool, I like that. So they kept the peel sessions cover on this side. That's cool. Recorded for the John Peel Show on BBC Radio 1. Produced by Paul Along, engineer Adam Askew. First broadcast on the 10th of September 1993. By the way, another record that I was very keen on getting was the BBC recordings of The Beat, or I think you guys over in America call it the English Beat. But I think it was a double album, which I hadn't really contemplated. And so again, that was nearly $70, and it was too steep for me today, because like I said, I've had quite a few of expenditures on records and other things lately. It's a little bit. So so these are just lyrics. And it says that Bratmobile is Alison, words and voice, Aaron Smith, guitar, Molly, drums, and we have been a band in this form since the summer of 1991. we are all going to college and had fun doing the band, so we decided to continue doing so as much as we could, whenever we could. We never set out with a unified agenda about being women/girls making music, although we all agreed that it was cool. I like that. It's like a nice little blurb about the band by the band. And there is the vinyl. With a peel session. Oh, yeah, I was just thinking, the grey one, of course, is the peel session. So, that I think was my smallest haul of records from a record store day since it's probably 2018 when I went to my first record store day here in Oslo, not being fully aware, I think, of what it was. But I remember I bought a few records. That was when we had 2 records in Oslo doing record store day. We don't anymore. And even when I was at record store day at a couple of record stores in Stockholm back in 2019, I ended up buying more than I did today. So yeah, just the 1 record, maybe not the greatest support of record store day, but I think the fine people at Big Dipper, they know I support them so well that one of the reasons I spent less there today was that I went there yesterday and I bought a record by another female-fronted band, if you like, from Seattle, punk band from the late 80s, early 90s called The Gits, which I will be looking into in another video. And that order came in yesterday, and I always make sure that I go straight away and pick up things so they don't have things standing around, because, I think that's the polite thing to do. And wearing my L7 shirt here and sporting a bit of Canada on a record store day from Oslo, Norway, I want to thank you all for watching. Please click like, that helps my channel. I want to say hi to my new subscribers, and if you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. And if you have comments about Record Store Day and what you got or didn't get and what you thought about it, I like comments, so I hope to hear from you guys, and hope to see you soon in another video from Oslo, Norway. This was Morten. Take care, guys. Bye.